What's up guys, John as well here, and today we have another ranked gameplay. It's a dual ranked gameplay with God Squirty playing Lesley, and I am playing Minotaur, which is one of my favorite heroes and also my main. So I decided, yeah, it's quite some time I guess since I uploaded a Minotaur video, I believe, or maybe not. But of course, I always feel obliged to come back to this guy after a while because it's really fun to play and very impactful tank in my opinion. He's one of the most impactful tanks and one of the best laning tanks I believe. So let's get right into this gameplay. On our team we have me as the main tank, Minotaur. We have an off tank Hilda, Assassin Saber, Kagura as a mage, and marksman Lesley. Enemy team has one main tank Johnson, and his popularity has risen so much after the rework, and I still don't really get it why. Is it because it's so much easier to use now? I mean, personally, I used Johnson before the rework, and I found him to be perfectly fine. And of course, let's go on. They have an off-tank Belmont, they have an Assassin Fanny, a Mage Harley, and a Fire Choke. So is engaged on us using his knockup. Johnson is coming as well. Not a very good idea in my opinion because he's down by 1 level, and the enemy is also outnumbered by 1. So in that case, you just fight without any fear. In the early game as Minotaur, you don't really care about your rage that much. It's just that when you want to engage, you make sure you got some form of pretty close to the rage, so you can get that sick rage heal on, which helps you sustain a lot better. And the first ability gets enhanced so much better. I believe it was buffed some time ago. When in rage mode, your first ability actually deals percentage damage on based on the enemy's health, maximum health. Looks like Mel is coming once again. Of course, I'm not level 4 yet, so it's okay whether my rage triggers or not. Just be a little careful if rage is subsiding, as in this case, immediately try to back off and do not want to engage. Johnson is coming on his own, pretty big mistake, so we just capitalize on that. Not likely to get a kill, so we just keep fighting. As you can see, I'm not actually level 4, but I decided to use my rage. That's because I'm very close to level 4. In fact, once one of the minions go down, I'm level 4, immediately use my ultimate, and we get the first kill by Hilda onto Johnson. Of course, our rage has subsided, and my health is not very high, so I decided to heal up and back off for now. Some stuff happened in bottom lane. Rowan has come too close, and he paid for that with his life. And because of that, they have 2 less players in the trio. We are able to take the enemy jungle. Huge mistake by Cho once again, being off position, and he's gonna pay for that with his life. Here, as you can see, I am enraged, and because there isn't much of an engagement going on, or I don't foresee any engagement going on soon, so I decided to use my ultimate to help to clear the wave, the minion quickly. Because I don't have rage, don't engage. That's one basic rule as Minotaur, and hopefully a team that understands that. At least you communicate to them. Some people argue that my playstyle is not very helpful, I guess, in terms of team fight wise, because I don't usually engage when I have rage, because it's gonna like jeopardize my team's team fight potential. And sometimes I agree, because the presence of a tank in a team fight is quite a big deal. But When Minotaur is not rage, you can't really do much to protect your team, and sometimes even if I'm there, I'm just like, okay, so what do I do now other than absorb damage, right? It really depends on a case by case basis. Sometimes I'm also not very sure whether I should go into help or not. But typically, my rule of thumb is don't go in without rage unless you have flicker, so you can get out. Yeah, that's about it. Normally I want to go in without rage anyway, because it's a horrible mistake. Your team's gonna blame you for that and be like, where's your rage, Ryan? Like, we need your ultimate. Okay, Saber went back. Let us taking the lane for him. Protect our tower. So let's talk a little bit about Minotaur in this meta, season 7 meta. Sorry. And season 7 meta is kind of dominated by a lot of Johnsons right now because of the rework, and apparently people think like, whoa, it's amazing. But personally, I think he was just as good as before. It's just some of the skills have changed. His playstyle is a little bit different, but he was never really like unviable in ranked, so to say, so to speak. So you guys, so we see a lot of Johnson in ranked, and because of that, of the reload, we see that a lot of Johnson players are really bad because people are just like, whoa, this is new, and they probably saw some pro has been using Johnson for like 3,000 games, play him, and it's like, wow, this hero is amazing after rework, but no, Johnson is pretty good, I would say, but he has always been okay. In fact, he is one of the best tanks into the late game to deal with all those marksmen, which is why Johnson was a pretty viable pick in season 4 during the marksman there. Lesley was in a bit of a problem, unfortunately, because of Belmont ultimate. I was save Lesley. If Belmont didn't have ultimate, then he would have saved Lesley, but it's okay, doesn't really matter. And now we are taking enemy minions because we had a trade-off here. So anyway, back to Johnson. Yeah, Johnson was always viable. In fact, I used him quite a lot in season 6 as well. Season 5, I think. In season 4, I didn't actually buy Johnson yet, but I had a chance to play him in Classic as well. I was like, wow, this hero was really fun. His character potential is still as good as ever. It's just that people really overrate him now after the rework. So anyway, besides Johnson, of course, your classic tanks that are still at the top of the meta are just Grok and Akai. Akai probably being in front because of his mobility, his damage, his CC. It's just a little bit, yeah. I saw something going on in bottom lane, and decided to help Lesley out a bit. Johnson was backing off, but I think Lesley here came a little bit too close. And one of the things that was improved about Johnson was that his ultimate, after a freaking collision, you get a crazy electric field or something. It goes around him that does continuous damage. And Lesley, I guess, didn't really think about that. In fact, the other thing to the Johnson rework. Not that Johnson is really strong right now, it's just that and I'm gonna die here. Just very strong. Yeah, it's not that Johnson is really strong, it's just that he's been changed and he's very interesting to play. Do I think it's more viable than before? I'm not too sure yet. I haven't played enough games with the rework Johnson. So anyway, back to my point. Akai and Grok are still very common on top of the ladder. Tigro's passive has been changed in that he takes reduced damage until I think reduced crit damage. But I need to confirm that his ultimate was not buffed, which means that he's still not very viable, unfortunately. because its ultimate takes long. And other tanks, let me think about it. Hilda and Bell are not actually tanks, they don't have enough CC for that. And so that's kinda it. I think I'm missing out a few tanks there, maybe because they're too far out in the meta. And just completely just forget about it. Because here we engage on Johnson again, because this Johnson is apparently a noob who probably like got Johnson like a few days ago because of the rework or something. Yeah, unable to catch Fanny because Fanny used cable fly away. But that's okay. Oh yes, I forgot about Hylos. Holy shit, how could I forget about Hylos? Hylos is also pretty meta tank right now. And look at that pool from Kagura. Holy shit. That just means that we have good engage. Kevin Hardy's gonna die. Very nice auto by Saber. Cho is almost dead. So that's all crazy. And it's gonna die. And he's gonna die as well. Yes, I guess Fanny is a little bit confused as to what to do now. Here's the ultimate trying to kill Johnson. It may not be the best idea. Johnson transformed the car. Shane managed to get a kill. And we managed to get our life. A very, very successful team fight. So yeah, Hylo is pretty viable as well because, I mean, he has always been viable. In fact, when he first came out, I thought that, wow, this guy's cool. He can just get some mana items. Like, one of my favorite items, in fact, is Dominance Ice, which I use frequently. Not Minotaur, because you don't really need a Minotaur. I use Dominance Ice on Cho, because it gives you a sweet cooldown reduction and a slow aura, which kind of gives you the option to use rapid boost. I mean, it gives you the option to use magic shoes instead of rapid boost to get your cooldown reduction build. So yeah, Hylos is really very nice, especially after they buffed his passive, which gave him more health and from the mana, like every 1 mana gives you 1.5 health. It's really amazing. As you can see, Johnson is once again out of position. In fact, I'm really, really tired of talking about Johnson being out of position because it's really boring to say that every time the team fight is won, you gotta say that it's because the tank was out of position. But that's the fact of the matter. So yeah, in fact, the previous game when I was playing with Quirty was that I was playing Cho, we had a Johnson on the team. I got MVP. No, I didn't get MVP. No, anyway, just playing really well. But Johnson apparently didn't know what he was doing. And we just lost because the tank is really, really important in Mobile Legends. Like, a lot of people underestimate tank, maybe because the tanks themselves don't know how to play tank, but a good tank on your team is really, really important if you want to win the game, especially if the teams are evenly matched in terms of player skill on the other heroes. Yeah, then tank is such a big deal. So anyway, that is all for my ramble on this ranked gameplay, which I spent a lot of time talking about tanks in general for this season. And yes, Minotaur is viable for this meta. In fact, he has always been viable. Not so much during the mage meta because of the early game damage, but now since the meta has slowed down a bit because of the crazy marksman meta or fighter meta or whatever, just spam all your carry, get Roger, get Zilong, get, marksman. Huge physical damage. Minotaur is really nice because of his AoE disable, which is very rare for a lot of the tanks in Mobile Legends. So that is all for this video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. And Lunar New Year is coming up, so I wish all you a happy Chinese New Year. This is Chan, so I'm signing off. I see you guys next time.